Most of you think Rising is the greatest Rainbow album ever made. I disagree. Today, I'm ranking all 8 studio albums, and I'm going to show you why the untouchable masterpiece isn't actually number 1. Let's get into it with the album that's dead last, Stranger in Us All from 1995. This was Blackmore trying to resurrect Rainbow after a decade away, and it just isn't the same. The creative lineage had been broken. This isn't a band, it's Blackmore playing what he remembered Rainbow being. It lacks the organic feel of a group creating something together. I mean, Doogie White is a great singer, but this album feels like a tribute band version of Rainbow rather than the real thing. There are a few decent moments, but overall, this is Rainbow by committee. Rainbow by nostalgia. It's the weakest album in the catalog. Number 7 is Straight Between the Eyes. And man, Joe Lynn Turner's lyrics on this album are a special kind of terrible. Listen to songs like Tearing Up My Heart, Tight Squeeze, Mistreated, Rock Fever, Eyes of Fire. I mean, they're so dramatic and just completely predictable. Every cliche in the AOR playbook. There are a couple of okay tracks here. At number 6, we have Difficult to Cure. Now this album has some genuine highlights. I Surrender, Spotlight Kid, Can't Happen Here, and the instrumental title track are all strong. More broadly, the album suffers from the same issues as Straight Between the Eyes. Rainbow is trying to be a heavy rock band while writing melodic rock songs. There's an unresolved tension there, and it kind of feels like an identity crisis. Still, those 4 strong tracks and Blackmore's tone put this solidly in the middle of the pack. Number 5 is Down to Earth, the first post-Dio album with Graham Bonnet on vocals. There's some great stuff here. Since You've Been Gone is obviously a classic, and All Night Long has that driving energy. Oh, but those lyrics. It had to have been the inspiration for Spinal Tap's Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You. Tonight. Here's what Down to Earth really is. It's a transitional album. Rainbow is moving away from the Dio-era toward the AOR band that Blackmore wanted to be. The shift is starting, but they're not fully committed yet. You can hear them trying to figure out what this new version of Rainbow is supposed to sound like. The strong songs are strong, and with the band still trying to figure out what it wants to be, that kind of puts this album in the middle of the pack. At number 4, we have the debut, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow from 1975. This was essentially Elf plus Ritchie Blackmore. You can hear it. There's a cross between what Elf was doing and what Blackmore wanted to create. And out of that hybrid comes some undeniable classics. Man on the Silver Mountain, iconic. 16th Century Greensleeves, I mean, that became kind of the template that would define the band in the Dio era. Catch the Rainbow, I mean, that's such a great song and platform for Dio. Here's why it's not higher. There are a few stinkers. If you don't like rock and roll, it is forgettable. I skip it every time. And Black Sheep of the Family is fun, for sure, but it's not mind-blowing. The debut has some raw elements of what Rainbow would become, but it lacks the clear direction and focus they'd achieve on the next 2 albums. It's a strong foundation. Those classics alone earn it this spot, but Rainbow hadn't fully found its own identity yet. At number 3, I have Bent Out of Shape. Now I know what you're thinking. This is AOR Rainbow, commercial Rainbow, the stuff that Dio-era fans dismiss as a sellout. And look, I'm a Dio-era guy myself. But just hear me out. First, Joe Lynn Turner singing on this is like peak for him. Go back and listen to his vocal performances. This is him at his best. Second, this is the best execution of the AOR version Blackmore had been chasing since Down to Earth. He wanted to make melodic rock albums, and this is where he finally nailed it. Now here's the key point, and this is why Bent Out of Shape ranks higher than Difficult to Cure and Straight Between the Eyes. There's no pretense here. Those first 2 Joe Lynn Turner albums suffer because they were trying to be a heavy rock band while writing melodic rock songs, and that they had that identity crisis. Bent Out of Shape? There's no pretense. This album knows exactly what it is. It's the most successful of the AOR albums. That's why it's here. And if you think I'm completely wrong about this, drop a comment and tell me your ranking. At number 2, we have Rising. And yes, I know, for a lot of fans, this is the untouchable album at number 1. And look, I'm not going to trash it. I mean, it's an incredible album. Stargazer is an amazing song. The ambition, the arrangement, Cozy Powell's drumming, it has to be one of Dio's best performances of his career. A Light in the Black is a monster, and Run with the Wolf is criminally underrated. The production is a huge leap forward from the debut, and this is where Rainbow found its purpose, that dark, heavy rock sound that would define them. Everything clicked. So why isn't it number 1? Consistency. And I'll explain that when I get to my top album. But Rising absolutely deserves to be in the top tier. It's a landmark album. And at number 1, I have Long Live Rock and Roll. Here's my case. Rising has Stargazer. That's the peak. No question. But Long Live Rock and Roll doesn't have a weak track like Do You Close Your Eyes. Look at the bangers on this album. The title track, Kill the King, Gates of Babylon, Rainbow Eyes, which to my ears is as good vocally as Stargazer. Dio's incredible on it. And then there's also LA Connection. The album is stacked. And here's something I'll probably get nailed for. I prefer Blackmore's solo on Gates of Babylon to his solo on Stargazer. Gates of Babylon is the epic on this album, and that solo is pure Blackmore magic. Rising has the highest peak with Stargazer, but Long Live Rock and Roll has more consistent excellence across the album. Front to back, this is the most complete Rainbow record, and that's why it's number 1. Now, do I think Rising is a masterpiece? Absolutely. Could I flip these two on any given day? Well, maybe, but I really like Long Live Rock and Roll. So there it is, all 8 Rainbow albums ranked. I know some of you are bent out of shape about Bent Out of Shape being at number 3, and probably half of you think I'm insane for putting Long Live Rock and Roll over Rising. And that's cool. Tell me in the comments where I'm wrong and what your ranking would be.